Evening all, I'm just making myself a drink, non-alcoholic beverage, a standard juice and lemonade to start the stream, and now we're off and running. Megaleech, hello! So no idea how long I'm gonna last tonight because I did not get any sleep because of my dumb fucking sleep test. I mean, I hopefully slept enough for their test, but it was a shitty night. It was a very shitty night. So, yeah, I really don't want to hear that. Oh, you got to do it again. I don't want to do it again. Although, actually, there are two things I would do differently. But it was just by and large difficult to sleep with all these things attached to me. And various other sundry things. And see, what would be better is if you got like a home visit and someone came and attached all the stuff to you in your own bed. That would be better. Yeah, Megaleech was kind of, in retrospect, maybe I should have drunk beforehand, been drunk, and I might have gone to sleep easier. But I also think that would sort of interfere with the test a bit. But anyway, a second thing is I needed to take my own fucking pillow. And this friggin' phone they had next to it that apparently phone scammers have worked out the numbers for the hospital and they call during the night, which is ridiculousness. Braylon, hello, good evening. I'm going to give this really spotty lemon a beauty treatment. Clean its pores. It's I don't know, it's like a meditative thing for me. Because there's hundreds of these little things. You just do them and you just gradually make a difference. I'm a lemon dermatologist. Hello, Chris. How's it going? In the big wide world out there. So yeah, I had to tell people in my morning meeting that I had come back from the sleep test when I didn't get any sleep. So I might be a fucking vegetable. And I had so many fucking meetings today. I wanted to have a nap. And I didn't really have time between meetings to have a nap. Because I wanted to like have a proper nap for an hour and then have some recovery time before going back into another meeting. And I didn't really have that much free time today. So I didn't have a nap until after my last meeting. Oops, I fucking dropped that lemon. Braylon, have I heard the word eudaimonia? No, I have not. Let's look that up. Eudaimonia. Greek word commonly translated as happiness. More accurate translations have been proposed to be human flourishing, prosperity, blessedness. There you go. It's about living life well. Yes, no, I'm looking it up. So it's like, how is eudaimonia different from happiness? Unlike our everyday concept of happiness, eudaimonia is not a state of mind, nor is it simply the experience of joys and pleasure. And moreover, happiness is a subjective concept. Eudaimonia, in contrast, is meant as an objective standard of happiness based on what it means to live a human life well. Okay, well, straight up, as soon as someone talks about a measurement being of an emotion or a feeling or a state of being as being objective, they're talking shit. That's subjective as hell. Raiders, last night fucking sucked balls. It really did. Yes, and Celtic King asking the same question. The sleep study sucked balls. I found it very difficult to go to sleep. The bed was nowhere near as comfortable as my bed. The pillow was fucking horrible. After the fact, the nurse was like, yeah, you should have brought your own pillow. We recommend that. Did no one tell you to bring your own pillow? Don't think they did, but it may well have been in the material they gave me and I didn't read it. Would have been heaps better if I had my own pillow, because their pillows, I don't know, just compressed and felt like rocks. They were fucking terrible. And I have a nice pillow. And yeah, there's this thing with a phone. There's a phone in your room, but the nurse told me these scammers had worked out what the numbers were, and she goes, you should click this thing on the side after we set everything up so they don't call it. And I thought I did it, and I didn't, because the one time I was actually getting good sleep, the fucking phone rang, and that was the one bit of good sleep I was having the whole night. I was really fucking pissed off, and I couldn't work out what I'd done wrong, so I called the nurse back and said, I appear to have not followed your instruction. What did I do wrong? So, yeah. Yes, Raiders, I am very much hoping they, even with the shitty amount of sleep I got, that they got the data they needed. But if they want me to do it again, yeah, I'll just change two things. I'll take my own pillow in, and I'll remember to disconnect the phone properly. And then I think the experience will be much better. I mean, it's super weird with all the attachments and wires and whatnot. And it wasn't so much that they were uncomfortable, although they are. It was that I was really conscious and didn't want to pull any of them out or dislodge anything. So it was more that than feeling like I can't sleep because of these wires. It's like I'm trying to sleep really carefully so I don't rip any of these wires out. And Celtic King, I did have a 1 hour nap this afternoon, which I really needed. I was really hungry all day. Apparently that's a side effect of being tired as well. It's really hungry all day. It's eating junk, which I haven't been doing for months. But I just needed to today. So back on the diet tomorrow. But yes, I napped, so maybe I'll be okay. Maybe I will crash without warning. And hello, Choking on Ashes. How are you this fine day? Hope you're well. Hope everyone's doing good, having a good time. Look, I've still got my little patient wristband. Cut it off when I got home. Yeah, I mean, it was a nice enough place. I had my own room, which if you missed the live stream last night, I was pointing out the hospital room I was in was basically, it's like twice the size of AIDS's little 1-bedroom studio that he lives in. So, and the bathroom was, I don't know, 4 times bigger than AIDS's bathroom. So yes, I were living in luxury compared to AIDS's flat, which he is probably moving from, which I haven't heard from him for a while. I should call him tomorrow and see if I can find out what's happening. I think the only reason I haven't heard from him is he's stressed about things that are happening, and it's very hard for him to remember to stay in contact when he's stressed, and there's health things as well. So I'll hit him up tomorrow and see if I can find what's happening. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, choking on ashes. I did do the sleep test last night, and Justin, and I'll keep saying it. I don't mind. People come in, they're going to ask. I'll keep saying it. It fucking sucked. It was terrible. I disliked it. It was shit, and I got hardly any sleep. Hopefully enough for their tests. If not, they're going to want me to do it again, which I'll be less than happy about. But no, it fucking sucked. I did not get much sleep at all, and I've been a fucking zombie all day. Had a nap this afternoon, though, so we'll see how that serves me. And I think I am probably going to sleep like a rock tonight in my nice comfy bed with my good pillow and Mrs. Angry to snuggle up to. So I feel like I'm just going to go out like a light tonight. We'll see. Particularly because I intend to drink some whiskey tonight. I was so good. Like yesterday, 2 deliveries of booze, the special boozes I was waiting for. Archie Rose single malt whiskey. This isn't the bottle. This is the box it came in. Archie Rose do such good packaging. Look at this hexagonal box. And it's like magnet sealed here, and it opens up. The bottle's not in there. The bottle's on the rack over there. But then you have the bottle presented in here. Now I feel bad I'm going to throw this out. To say, founded in 2014. Jesus, for a distillery that only started in 2014, they're doing some killer fucking whiskeys 7 years later. Like, they just win so many awards. Like, their single malt has won, like, best Australian single malt 3 times. They win so many awards. Diz, it's a really sexy box. Oh, choking on ashes. What were the wires like? I took a selfie. I did a little stream last night. Impromptu one. Wait, who's massaging me? Okay. Okay. See if I can show off the selfie. Is that? There you go. That actually, you can see how many things were stuck to me. It was ridiculous. Now I've got to wait for the camera to refocus, the webcam. Come on, you can do it, little webcam. I'm here. Come on, refocus. It's on autofocus, and it's autofocus. I think this works sometimes. If I do this and then this, then it'll refocus. Yeah, that seemed to work. Okay. So, oh, no, I think I'm out of... Oh, no, now I'm in focus again. We're good. I think the autofocus is playing silly buggers, actually, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll survive. So, yes, Archie Rose do really sexy packaging, and I feel bad that I'm going to throw that out. But I've got no use for it. So it's going to go bye-byes. But it's a really expensive box. Oh, yeah, choking on ashes. The wires were awkward and whatnot, and they do interfere with sleeping. But the real reasons I couldn't sleep is... Well, the bed was uncomfortable compared to my bed, and the pillows were fucked and just kind of compressed and felt like rocks. I have a really good pillow, and their pillows were shit. Should have taken my own pillow in with me. And also there was this thing with, there's a phone in the room that apparently phone scammers have found out how to call, and the phone rang in the middle of the fucking night. One of the few times I was getting good sleep, it rang and woke me up. The nurse did tell me, she said, oh, there's this switch on the side that'll, and I thought I did it, and I fucking didn't. And I sort of called the nurse to go, like, I don't know, I haven't followed your instructions, and the fucking phone's ringing. So she fixed it. But it had already disrupted the only good sleep I was having that night, which was really fucking frustrating. So, yeah, if I were to do it again, like if they say, we didn't really get good data, you didn't sleep very much, because I didn't. But yes, if they were to try and say I needed to do it again, I would take my own pillow and I'd make the fuck sure I cut this phone off so it wouldn't ring. Because it wouldn't have been so bad. With just those two changes, the whole experience wouldn't have been so bad. But given I had those two experiences, it was bad. It was very, very bad. So, anyway. So I'm going to drink some whiskey tonight. I still haven't tasted this. I got this and, oh man, the autofocus is doing weird fucking shit. I got this and my overproof white rum agricole. Jesus, what the fuck is up with autofocus? Come on, get your shit together, webcam. Or maybe I need to switch off autofocus. What the fuck is it doing? Seriously. Got to find the controls. No, that's not the controls. That's not the controls. That's the controls. A webcam. Cam options. Advanced settings. So, okay, if I switch off autofocus, camera control, focus. See, that's worse. That's better. There we go. Do I want to fuck around with the other stuff as well? White balance. What's the saturation? Do I want to be more saturated? Have a bit more color? There you go. A little bit more color in my skin. Okay. Raiders, I think the problem is that, you know, the stuff they wired up, because it was all wired up to a little pack, which was transmitting to something that was recording all the information. I think that's got a limited range. And I think the thing it transmits to is not small or anything like that. And they have multiple people go in for sleep tests, I think, every night. And it's all feeding into this one machine. So it doesn't, you know, it transmits to another thing. It's not recorded on the little thing that was strapped to me. Hello, Kirsten. It's just showing this off to everyone. Empty box, because I've already put it on my booze shelf. I'm going to taste. I still haven't tasted it. I was so good, I thought I shouldn't drink booze before going in to my sleep test, because that might give them false readings. And so I've been super good, and I still haven't cracked open the Archie Rose single malt, but I'm going to. When I finish this, I'm building up to it, because I might get really tired really suddenly if I start drinking. And also, I think I want to do some comparisons. I've got a couple of high-quality Australian whiskies and some American ones. Maybe I'll compare them to the American ones too. But I definitely want to compare the Australian ones. So, oh, Kirsten, it needs time to breathe. So open it now. Okay. Following instructions. Okay. It's a beautiful color. It's a beautiful, rich, dark color. A lot of my whiskies are a lighter color than this. All right, I'm following instructions, and I am going to let it breathe. Can I just crack it? No, it's got a plastic seal. I think I need a knife. Ha-ha. Ha-ha. There we go. Like a bandit. There we go. We're going to let that breathe. Let it breathe. Let it breathe, brother. So, yeah. All right, we're going to let the whiskey breathe. And we're going to have some sippy sips. I'm going to just have it at room temperature first. And then I'm going to have it on ice because I like my whiskey on ice. No, that's not a knife, is it? That's tiny. Right. I just feel like getting the plastic off. Don't like plastic. Plastic. Get off plastic. Ooh, there is a wonderful, wonderful aroma wafting out. Hello, Abigail. I had a nap this afternoon. I slept for an hour this afternoon, and I slept peacefully and solidly for about 45 minutes. So I'm okay. I might crash suddenly, like I might suddenly get really tired and have to retire, but we'll see how that goes. Meantime, I'm on Kirsten's advice, and I always follow Kirsten's advice on booze things. Letting my sexy Archie Rose single malt whiskey. Yeah. Yeah, that's a whiskey. Reminds me of some Scotch whiskies, actually. Like, it's not smoky. It's not like an Islay Scotch. But that aroma is really reminding me of some Scotch whiskies. Celtic King, yes, 80 does drink some alcohol, not a huge amount because he has a lot of medication. But often, if 80 comes over, he'll have a drinky drink. He loves smelling booze. Like, in fact, he just like jams his nose right in there, which is a little disconcerting, to be honest. But yes, he'll have a little sippy sip sometimes, but he doesn't drink a lot of booze because he is on a lot of medication, and that can be a very bad mix. So, but he likes a beverage from time to time. Celtic King, I have no idea. Well, he likes whiskey. I have no idea if he, has a particular. I think he is a whiskey man, actually. So, just looking at this lemon's skin blemishes from a poorly maintained tree. But anyway, yes. So I'm just for fun going to do some taste comparisons. I'm going to taste this properly, and then do some taste comparisons with a few different whiskies I have. So, and that might put me right to sleep if I do that. I've also got the rum. I got the Overproof White Rum Agricole. I want to compare it to my other rums, but maybe not all in one night. Tonight might be whiskey night, and Thursday might be rum night. So I was just thinking, cocktails next week. I think next week is like looking after itself. May the 4th, Star Wars Day. I remembered a Mai Tai fighter. Ha ha. Got to make a Mai Tai fighter for Monday because Tuesday's May the 4th. Then Wednesday's May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. So I think I'll make something with tequila. Then there's just the question of what I'm going to do on Friday. So yes, it's open question. What to do? What to do? What to do? What to do? Mayday. So what's the date on Friday? The 7th. Okay, what does Difford say is a worthy drink on the 7th of May? Oh, it's Cosmo Day. Yes. Okay, next week's set. Friday's another vodka is bullshit thing. I'm going to make a Cosmo without vodka. And I'm going to do the... I even have the framing. I have the framing of how I'm going to do it ready. Aussie Gum Bunny, hey man, how you doing? I had a shitty night doing a sleep test for the thing. Kirsten, what's special about Archie Rose single malt? It's 6 different individual malts that are distilled and aged separately, then married together to make delicious whiskey. Nice. Because why do one thing we can do it 6 times, make your life harder? Okay, here's a question, Kirsten. Is it the one person? Is it like the So I imagine that, again, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think single malt means it's a blend, but all the whiskies were made in the one distillery. Does the master distiller do all 6 of those on their own, or are there other people involved in making the other malts and the master distillers responsible for coming up with the blend? Because I'm more than a little fascinated by that. So it's all the master distiller. Nice. Celtic King, you drink sometimes, not as often as you used to. Toby's pretty Mormon when it comes to alcohol. That's fair. Hasn't drunk much since started investigating Mormon churches. Nothing wrong with not drinking. Sadly, Ruku-san, none of the Matrix lessons took, and I don't know Kung Fu. Hey, Annette. No, I haven't started whiskey tasting yet, Annette. On Kirsten's advice, I'm airing the Archie Rose. So, So I'm just going to finish my non-alcoholic beverage, and then I'm going to get into the whiskey tasting. I'm going to taste the Archie Rose first, and then just for fun, do some comparisons. Abigail, I looked like a proto-Cyberman. It's very sci-fi, whatever it was. I was trying to think. I was seeing Davros, Brainiac from Superman, Cyberman. It was a very sci-fi look, having all those things attached all over your head. Is just very sci-fi, very Matrixy almost. But so Kirsten, there are 8 distillers at Archie Rose, but they do what they're told by the master distiller. This is my usual non-alcoholic beverages: lemonade and pine coconut juice. It's actually not juice, it's a fruit drink. It's probably about 10% juice, honestly. 25% reconstituted pineapple juice, and then it's just like sugar and the flavors, the food acids that make it taste like it's got fruit juice in it, and coconut powder. So yeah, it's got reconstituted pineapple juice and then flavors. And I like it. I like it a lot. So I think it's not particularly healthy because it's probably got a lot of sugar in it. Yeah, sugar's the 3rd ingredient. So per 100 mils, yeah. So okay, it's 10%. It's 10% sugar. Not good for you. Not good for you at all. Says the man who's about to start drinking whiskey. So that might be better for me than whiskey. I'm not sure. I don't know the science, but I have a sneaking suspicion that sugary beverage might be better for me than whiskey. But I'm only going to drink little amounts of whiskey, just getting a taste of the whiskey. John Smith, hello, and greetings to you in the USA. Right. That's my non-alcoholic beverage. I just have to decide what glass. I'm not actually not going to be a wanker. I'm actually, because I'm just doing little bits of this. I think I'll put it in a shot glass. I'm going to get some shot glasses so I can do some comparisons. Where are my shot glasses? There's my shot glasses. I've got two of those little hearing glasses, okay. That's actually probably enough. Okay. Got my little skull shot glasses. Want to do some comparisons. Right. So I'll do it at room temperature first. And then I want to taste what it's like on ice. So, my Archie single malt, which I think sold out the same day it was made available for purchase. But I got on the internet quick smart and ordered my bottle, which arrived quite promptly, actually. You can see it's a really nice amber color. Oh, man, it's got a really nice aroma. It's very sweet. What do I get? See, I'm really bad at putting it into words, but what does it remind me of? Very caramel. Very caramel. Maybe a bit of cinnamon? I don't know. It might just be, it's got that alcohol burn if you sniff really deeply. It's definitely something, and I don't know what, but sippy sip time. Ooh. Ooh. Wow, it's really interesting. Wow. It's slightly smoky. Which I wasn't really expecting. Thanks, Celtic. Catch you later. What does it say on the bottle? Just going to put this in as I read the bottle because I don't want to tip it out. Single malt, distinctly crafted. It's very malty. Single malt whiskies typically feature 1 or 2 mash bills. Our 6 malt mash bill produces an extremely low yielding spirit, a small sacrifice for rich and expressive flavors. Matured predominantly in Australian Apara or sherry casks, each toasted and charred to complement the richness of our spirit, the palate reveals notes of sticky date pudding, citrus fruit, and amaretto, with a final note of espresso. Yeah, it actually does have that little bit of coffee bitterness in it. There is a smoked malt in the blend. Yeah, I caramel, chocolate. John Smith, you're not going to join me at a whiskey at 6:30 in the morning? Okay, your choice. Okay. That thing about it tasting like a Christmas pudding or a sticky date pudding. Yeah, it's especially the aromas are very sweet, I think. It does have some very desserty qualities. Well, I'm personally pleased I picked out the smoke. I didn't know there was anything smoked in there. But yeah, one of the 6 malts is smoked. And I am picking up really light smoke notes. Like smoked meats barbecue type stuff. Ooh, I can't. Tell me, Kirsten, would a lot of people think I'm being sacrilegious? I'm immediately trying to work out what cocktail I'm going to put this in. I feel like the whiskey snobs are all like, no, you just have to drink it. Ooh, I want to put it on ice and see what that brings out, actually. Because again, although some Very misguided whiskey snobs frown at adding ice or water to a whiskey. It tends to bring out whole different characteristics from the whiskey. So it's definitely something you should try. I ruined that then. I swallowed wrong. Here's a bit of water. Just wanted to cleanse my palate. Yeah, it has these definite sort of dessert notes. I'm kind of with you, Kirsten, about chocolate. On ice, the smoke doesn't come through as much. It's still there. But for a pretty full-bodied whiskey, it has some remarkable dessert-like notes in the taste. And definitely the smell is really sweet, surprisingly sweet. All right, I'm going to put some water in here so I have a palate cleanser. Because now I want to do some comparisons. I mean, an obvious choice to highlight this in a cocktail is just an old-fashioned. Something not too complicated. But I want to try it in a few things, like a Manhattan and some New Orleans cocktails, like a Sazerac or a Vieux Carré. Nice. Kirsten's drinking. Oh, nice. You're actually taste testing along with me. Excellent. All right. I'm going to do some side-by-side comparisons. Different Australian whiskies. Actually, I'm going to do the Knob Creek as well. So, actually, I'll do the Archie Rose Malt Rye and the Starwood Fortis. My little taste test. I'm going to put these all on ice, actually. Right. So, get some little bits of ice. Vanilla ice, baby. And a little fresh bit of ice. Right, ice. Let's get this ice happening. 2, 2, 3, 4. Just having a little sippy sips. Okay, so Bourbon, 100 proof bourbon. That's a tight bloody fit. All right, so my Bourbon. And so we go Bourbon, Fortis, another 100 proof whiskey. This one from Melbourne. And my other Archie Rose whiskey, the Rye Malt. Right. Little tasty tastes. Now, I think I'll do the bourbon first as a comparison. Because a big difference in bourbons and Australian whiskies, bourbon has to be matured in new casks. And Australian whiskies are often, if not always, matured in used wine casks, which gives them a different character. So that's it's slightly darker, the bourbon. It's like a bit sharper on the nose. John, are the Demons going to win the AFL Premiership? I am not a sports person, John. I'm absolutely the wrong person to know. I have no idea what the form is, and I don't care. I'm more interested in which whiskey is going to win. So, Knob Creek 100 Proof Bourbon, slightly upmarket bourbon. See, the sweetness in this is like, to me, it's like a really light honey. The sweetness in the Archie Rose was very dessert-like. It's like the chocolate notes, and I think they were pretty on the money when they said it's kind of like a sticky date pudding. Whereas this bourbon is very light, and the taste is a bit sharper, because I don't think it's taken on any character of wine or anything, because it's from new barrels. So it's a bit earthy too, this one. Not bad. Oh my God. So Kirsten, the rye malts in new oak casks, bane of your life. Is it the sourcing of them that is difficult? Oh my God, Abigail, I love that you live in Melbourne and don't know there's a team called the Demons. It's the Melbourne Demons. That's fantastic. Byron, caramelish. Maybe a bit caramel. To me, it's more like a light honey than a caramel. It's definitely not like a burnt caramel. And it's definitely sharper than most Australian whiskies are. Cleansing the palate with water. Now, the Fortis. This is the Melbourne whiskey, 100 proof. Much softer on the nose, like the bourbon, you get the old burn in the nose when you sniffed it. Oh, this is like much more butterscotch. Like, they've all got a sweetness to them. But yeah, this is a feisty sort of butterscotch flavor. You can go on to taste. These are both 100 proof, 50% alcohol. I think the Fortis shows it a bit more. The Fortis is going, I've got more alcohol. Fuck yes. So John Smith, the Demons, same as your Cleveland Browns, haven't won a championship since 1964. Owen Byron has a fun fact. The Melbourne Demons are one of the oldest football clubs of any kind in the world. They were set up by the Melbourne Cricket Club to keep the cricketers training in winter. So, Kirsten, the time between ordering and the day they arrive, brown marmorated stink bug season means the cask has to be heat treated. God damn. Well, they got to make you earn a living, I guess, Kirsten. Make things a bit difficult for you. Safa, good evening. I'm doing whiskey tastings. Currently, Melbourne's own Starwood, Fortis, 100 proof whiskey. Fortis being Latin for strong or strength. Whew, yeah, it's like you can see I'm not coughing and choking and whatnot. But this one is not so gently telling you, yeah, man, I'm fucking 100 proof. Very warming. A little bit of that alcohol burn. Clear in the old palate. Now, this is the Archie Rose Rye Malt, which, as Kirsten was telling us, is actually matured in new barrels. So, Abigail, you've lived in Melbourne pretty much all your life. All you know about AFL is the rivalry between Fitzroy and Collingwood. Since they were supported by your mother and father, respectively. Nice. Byron, that fucking Fortis is pretty good, and it's a great mix. Again, hardcore whiskey nerds would be real mad at me talking about making cocktails with these whiskeys, but that's how I fucking like them. God, actually, I ought to get someone over here for a taste test one day and make the same cocktail, but with these different whiskeys and see what character it gave them. So this is rye whiskey, which is usually spicier than single malts. Yeah, and it has that highness. Like if you were synesthetic, I think the Fortis would be a bass note, and the rye is a tenor to an alto. It's higher. Annette, okay, we can do it. Come over and do some. I actually want to make some videos for my cocktail channel where I make a couple of drinks for a friend that are done slightly differently, and say, okay, what's the difference when you taste these? What is the difference? Open invitation, Annette. So. Yeah, real tingle on the tongue from the rye. Everything about the rye is sharper, and you get that sort of rye spiciness in there. Yeah, Safi, you live too far away. And finally, back around to the Archie Rose single malt. It doesn't have that sort of sharp spiciness of the rye, but again, I'd also compare the Archie Rose single malt to the Starward. I'm going with this synesthetic thing, just trying to draw parallels. The Starward has more bass notes, and the Archie Rose has higher notes. Oh, and yes, definitely. Kirsten, tell your master distiller those smoke notes come through so well. They're understated, but they're there. This is really reminiscent of a lot of Scotch single malts. It's not as smoky or peaty as an Islay Scotch, but even just the aroma on the nose, my initial thoughts was, wow, that's really like a Scotch. Oof, it's got character, man. It's got character. That would be the 6 malts in there. Oh, man. I've got to make something with this. I've got to make something with this. And then drink water. I think I will. I'm going to make a drink with the single malt, a cocktail. And then I'm going to drink water after that. Or maybe I'm going to drink some water, then make a cocktail, then drink some more water. So, Byron, you'd love to make old fashions with various types of whiskey to see dynamics play. Oh, absolutely. And yeah, I would like to keep it relatively simple, I think. An old fashioned, a Manhattan. And I'd probably, to really bring out the whiskey flavors, if I was wanting to compare the whiskeys, I'd probably dial back the sweet vermouth. In fact, there's a thing called a perfect Manhattan, which instead of just putting sweet vermouth in, you split it between sweet and dry vermouth. I think I'd actually do that. And maybe even, dial it back a bit. Safa, does it get cold in Melbourne in winter? Dude, the bush, absolutely. gets colder. And when you head north, when you start getting towards the high country, it's way fucking colder. Something about living on the coast, it doesn't get as cold as being inland. Melbourne gets cold. The bush definitely gets colder. Oh God, I'm in love with fucking New Orleans drinks lately. God, now I'm torn between making a Manhattan and something like a oh, fuck me, a split base Sazerac with Archie Rose single malt, Archie Rose rye, and cognac. Fuck yeah. Oh, and that's like a variation on an old fashioned, basically, because it's a Sazerac is an old fashioned with just a splash of absinthe in it. But you can split the base because some people make Sazeracs with whiskey, and some will, if they're making it with American spirits, some will use bourbon, some will use rye whiskey, some will use a cognac, because at different times in history, it's been more common to make a Sazerac with a cognac or a whiskey. Fuck no, that's what I'm making. A split base Sazerac. I'm going to do Archie Rose single malt, Archie Rose rye, and a cognac. Few drops of absinthe. Choking on ashes. Boozy as fuck, my friend. The Sazerac is just all fucking booze. Somehow becomes greater than the sum of its parts, though. Sazerac. I don't want a JP Sazerac. A sage Sazerac. What's a sage Sazerac? Pastis with sage leaves. Eau de vie. Jesus, that's pretty fucking weird. A Suzerac. And that's doing rye with a gentian like Suze. Ooh, Jesus, that's getting fucking creative. Norland style Sazerac. Rye. The fucking search on this website. Difford's recipe for a Sazerac. Yeah, they're doing a split base. 2/3 rye, 2/3 bourbon, 2/3 cognac. That's the one I'm going to follow. Jesus, 2 1/3 shot water? Wait, so we go, okay. Pour absinthe into an ice-filled glass, top with water, leave to stand. Throw the other ingredients. Strain it into a glass. Strain the contents of the shaker into the absinthe rinse old-fashioned glass. Do an absinthe shot on the side. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to chill my glass with some ice and put a splash of absinthe in, and then strain that off and have it as a shot. Because I'm a madman and no one can stop me. And a nice old-fashioned glass. Oh, man, I should get... I don't have time to... I haven't chopped up my clear ice. It's just this really big bit, and I'd have to chop it up to fit in the rock glass. So I'll just do normal ice. Straighten the contents. George says the shot served alongside. I think it was the Difford site that gave the suggestion of don't rinse a glass and tip it out with absinthe, put it with ice and then strain it off and you have a shot. Nobody, hello, sir. Byron, the temptation, open a bottle of bourbon to distract yourself from the fact you burnt the crap out of one of your fingers while cooking dinner. Oh, dude, no, just did like a cold compress on the burnt finger. Ouchies. Right, I'm going to do this split base Sazerac, at which point I can actually, like I just did those little tastes of whiskeys. I can feel it. I wouldn't drive now. I don't think I meet the legal standard of drunk, because I think what I had was probably too standard drinks, and for a guy my size, 3 standard drinks would put you over the limit, but I still wouldn't drive at the moment. Oh, nice. Safa, raspberry cola Bundaberg rum. That sounds like a party drink for sure. Nobody been playing with fire. You know what they say about playing with fire? You burnt your fingers. Yep. All right. So I might just get my... I'm not going to throw it like these guys go. I'm just going to fucking stir it. Get my stirring glass. And I'm going to get my big rocks glass, my double rocks glass, and put a big fucking bit of ice in it. So, I got my big ice cube tray that's got one big ice cube left in it. Right. So, we put a big ice cube in the big rocks glass. Absinthe. There's my absinthe. So, we just want a little splashy splash in there. That's probably plenty. Maybe a little bit more. Fuck it. You're only young once. That's probably enough. Little splashy splash. Where is cognac? I need to finish this bottle. There's not much left. Oh, I'm not going to finish it tonight. There's not much in it. So, cognac. What's the recipe? Cognac, bourbon, teeny bit of sugar syrup. I might put my honey syrup in, actually. Just a teeny bit of honey syrup. And Peychaud's and Angostura. Okay. I'm just following the recipe. Peychaud's. Where's my Angostura? Oh, I left it up here. That was odd of me. Right. So, mixing glass. No, I want this. Mixing glass. Jeez, I'm actually just going to stick that ice in my mixing glass. It's fine. Put that glass out of the way so I don't knock it over and break it, because that would be embarrassing, breaking glass. Oh, I need my Gaz Regan finger. We'll stir that. So, we want... Right, there's my honey syrup. I need a jigger. Actual third of a shot. Okay. Get my jigger. Ooh. Okay, so this is a fairly boozy drink. So, just want the absinthe to be coating that glass. Right, let's go. Cognac. So for the city people use less petrol than country people. It's going to vary from person to person. If someone commutes from the suburbs to the city every day, they are going to use a lot of petrol because of stop-start traffic. But if someone in the country has to drive long distances all the time, they're going to use a lot of petrol. Me, I don't use much petrol because I tend to use public transport if I commute. So, Archie Rose Rye. Do. So I'm not sure if you're still there, Kirsten. Have your distillers at Archie Rose ever considered doing something? Because you make whiskey and gin, both of just extremely high quality. Have they ever considered brandy or rum? Probably not rum, but maybe a brandy. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Safa, Other than the last year, yes, I spent a bit of money on Mikey for public transport. Honey syrup. Just a little bit of honey syrup. That is probably enough. Right. Peychaud's bitters, 'cause we're making the Creole style. And 1 dash. Holy shit, Kirsten. I'm a genius, apparently. If I keep my eyes peeled, I might see something along those lines. Okay. So if you're nervous about city stop-start driving, city driving's pretty shit, man. Because I grew up in the country and I moved to Sydney. I didn't drive in Sydney for years. I lived in Sydney for years before I was willing to drive there. All right. City driving is so different to country driving. Let's stir this a bit, not just to chill it, but we actually want to dilute it because it's really fucking boozy. This should add 10 or even 15 mils of water to it. God fucking damn that. Oh, fuck, that tastes good. All right, so I'm going to drain off this absinthe, which will also have water in it because the ice will have been melting a bit. Tiny little absinthe chaser there. And now pour the Saz-Ac into the glass. Nice. Oh yeah, Byron, you definitely have to pay more attention in city traffic. Choking on ashes, you learn to drive in London. That's hardcore. I have actually driven in London, but that is fucking hardcore. And yeah, Safa, Aussie and UK road rules are very close to the same. So Kirsten, they made an unaged cane spirit 3 years ago and an unaged Shiraz grape spirit after the bushfires in 2020. Oh, I love fucking creativity. Look at that. It's a beautiful color, isn't it? The fucking Peychaud's bitters. So used a couple of amber spirits. Whiskies and cognac are all amber colored. And the red Peychaud's bitters. Fuck, that's fucking beautiful. This would look so good with some of my clear ice, but I didn't have any ready. Might do that for my cocktail channel, though. Fuck me, that's good. Okay, now, taste test. Ooh, some of it might have fallen into barrels. I am keeping an eye out, Kirsten. Yeah, boy. Oh, fuck. What I love about really boozy cocktails, like the ones that don't have citrus, that don't have liqueurs in them, they're greater than the sum of their parts. James, hello there. And nobody, you've been trying to get rid of stuff on Gumtree. Oh, God, yes. Hate Trolls will ask, is it still available? And yeah, no, apparently selling stuff on Gumtree is a fucking nightmare. The Choking on Ashes, we basically inherited our road rules from you. So they are very similar. Oh, Jesus, Safa. I wouldn't drive in Russia. After seeing all that dash cam stuff, that shit is wild. So yeah, this really boozy cocktail, greater than the sum of its parts. Oh my God, that is so fucking good. There's just that little bit of absinthe coming back on it too. Oh, fuck, that's good. I fucking love boozy cocktails. Yeah, Kirsten, feel free to tell your distillers that I did a Sazerac split base with your single malt, rye, and a cognac, and it's fucking awesome. And Abigail, you've been trying to sell a single loft bed from IKEA on Gumtree, and it's either scams or people who don't get back to you. Yeah, or people who demand that you sell it for less or whatever. And I think I'd rather fucking set fire to stuff, honestly. Fucking hell. That's fucking great. That is fucking great. I really like that. I'm definitely going to make another night, not tonight. This is it for alcohol tonight, because that's actually a fair bit of alcohol. So I'm not actually talking much moderation saying that's it for alcohol. Oh, what's the ABV of the single malt? 46. Jesus. 46% for the single malt. For the rye, also 46%. Thank you, Archie Rose, for kicking it in the guts. Cognac's probably 40%. Yeah, Cognac's 40%. There's only a hint of the absinthe, so it doesn't really count, but it's 80%. Ooh, have we got a match made in heaven there, Abigail? Annette's looking for a single loft bed for Shaylee. Do we have a match made in heaven? Ooh, that's an interesting one. Well, nobody's in Queensland, Raiders. You're saying you should consider Computer Bank Victoria a charity to get rid of laptops. Holy shit, it even has a built-in wardrobe. Man, all we have to do is find out a way to transport it, Abigail, from your place to Annette's. I'm not sure if it comes apart. My car can't move anything big. Okay, we have to do this. We clearly have to find a way to get Abigail's loft bed over to Annette. It's actually not that far, because Abigail lives in an inner suburb and now Annette's living in the city. This is fucking great. And Raiders, I bet you're right, there'd be a similar charity in Queensland. Like, this has got like the tiniest amount of that honey syrup I put in. And it tastes sweet because, like I said, when I was tasting all those whiskeys, there is a sweetness to all of them. I mean, after all, there's a sugar base when you're, that's how you ferment. Yeast eats sugar, and then you distill that. So there's sugar in all these things. Oh, no, Raiders, we don't need... You are extraordinarily kind, Raiders, for donating the cost for Man with a Van. But I think we can work this out. Maybe offline, Abigail, work out what sort of vehicle would be required to transport, and we'll work it out. Oh my God, Safa, that is an interesting point. Living in a city like New York that's always lights always on, you just need real heavy curtains, man, I think. Oh, Raiders is a legend, definitely. I'm also happy to help with, we can organize a vehicle or whatnot and move it. Maybe offline we'll work out what sort of vehicle would move it. And yeah, I don't know. Abigail, you could like share a photo with Annette so she knows what you're talking about, just to make sure it would actually work in her place. Oh, damn, Raiders, you had to get an 80-inch TV moved. Hence, Man with a Van price. Oh, man, that Archie Rose is absolutely going in some of my favorite boozy cocktails. That's worked so well in this Sazerac. I'm definitely going to have to make a Manhattan with it. And I think a Vieux Carré, because I made a Vieux Carré last week, and it was fucking awesome. I even forget what whiskey I used in it, actually. A Vieux Carré is whiskey and cognac and vermouth and a little bit of a herbal liqueur, Benedictine. I could make an all-Australian one. I could do I've got an Australian brandy. Nice, Abigail. You and Anna are working out. If I can help, like with a vehicle or something, I'm there. Oh shit! Safa, an 80-inch TV need 3 people to move. Yeah, there is a new one I saw, and it's just like it's like a prototype, so it's stupid expensive. Like it's $20,000 or something. But what it is the latest technology where the screen actually rolls up, so it's out of the way. It's a flexible screen, and when you roll it out, it's like corner to corner. It's like 120 inches or something. Like it's absurdly huge, but it's flexible, and you can, when you're not watching it, you can actually roll it up, and so it takes up less space. Technology, man. Humans, we're crazy. We keep coming up with crazy shit. So, yeah. So, yeah, I am absolutely gonna try this Archie Rose single malt in all my favorite boozy whiskey cocktails. Probably even a whiskey sour, which is not a. I think that's the one where I would really upset a whiskey nerd saying I was going to use the Archie Rose in a whiskey sour. Oh my God. I love that, Kirsten. Your beloved husband bought himself a 65-inch TV. Now you actually need an apartment that will fit it. Joke on Ashes, 1212. Nice. Oh, Byron, the TVs the size of home projector screens. The future is without doubt wallpaper. This already exists in labs, has for some time, but it'll be a while before it's a consumer product. But the future is without doubt live wallpaper. Like all of the wallpaper is an active screen, and you can just change it all the time. Because flexible printable screens exist in labs. They just need to be turned into consumer products. But the future is without doubt wallpaper that is a live screen. Oh, see, Kirsten, I know I don't have to talk you into it, drinking whiskey however you like. But you know whiskey snobs. You know whiskey snobs better than me. And I would be absolutely affronted because, correct me if I'm wrong, Kirsten, but this release, the third release of the Archie Rose single malt, I think it sold out the same day it was released. Like, it's so hard to fucking get. I should have. I want to taste this next to. Maybe on another stream. I think I've had this is enough of my booze for the night. I meant to fucking taste the Archie Rose next to the Lark I have. Oh, Kirsten, whiskey snobs are boring. Wine snobs are boring. Rum snobs are boring. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Byron, CP 2077. Oh, Cyberpunk come to life. Yeah. I mean, it's a no-brainer because the technology actually exists. Basically, custom screens that can be stuck to the wall and they're paper thin. There is no doubt so that's not just TV, although it's obviously that. Like, you can have TV and you can just designate what's, the future I see is the living wallpaper. So your wall pattern can be whatever you want. And when you want to watch a show, you go like screen and it could default to the whole wall. Or I reckon it'll be like hand gestures. You'll just go like, no, smaller, bigger, and it'll be, the screen will be the size of, yeah, no, vodka. Abigail, vodka snobs are boring, definitely. And I do the joke about like making the cocktails vodka is bullshit. But I always like to say like, no, if you like vodka, that's fine. And I've got vodkas. I like the Crystal Head vodka is a really nice vodka to drink. And because Kirsten, who's a super sweetie, last time we were she was in Melbourne, she gifted me and Abigail and Nettie some little Archie Rose bottles. And Abigail got the vodka because she's a vodka lover. And apparently the Archie Rose vodka is really fucking good. I've got Crystal Head vodka. It's really nice. It's so smooth. It's so easy to drink. I wouldn't put it in a cocktail because it's not contributing anything to the flavor of a cocktail, but it's a really good sipping vodka. Nobody, you were drinking Irish whiskey and honeycomb liqueur. Dude, that sounds decadent. That sounds abso-fucking-lutely decadent. Abigail, work out what size vehicle is going to be needed to move the loft bed, and I'm happy to help with that. I don't know if it's a thing you can dismantle. If you could dismantle it and move it in parts, we could probably move it in my car. If it's not dismantleable, I don't know, we can find out how to get a ute or something. And we just need if it's not dismantleable, that's a word. Dismantleable is a word. We need the dimensions so we can work out what vehicle to get for it. Ooh, Abigail, the Archie Rose vodka, better than the Crystal Head vodka. Nice. Oh, if it's an IKEA bed and flat packed, we should be able to move it in my car. Oh, okay, Abigail, we should, again, offline, we should work on dimensions, and I'll get a tape measure. If you tell me the biggest dimensions, I'll work it. It should fit in my car because it's a hatchback, and I can put the back seats down, and it should fit in my car. I'm happy we do this on the weekend. I'm never doing anything useful on weekends. Helping move a fucking bed is a thing I could do. And yes, you're right, Kirsten. At Bunnings Highs, this is when I always apologize. Like when I make a really good drink, every time I sip it, I'm like, oh my God, that's so fucking good. I love these beer drinks. Just going to pour a little bit more in there from the stirring glass. Stella, whiskey night is a oh, you won a whiskey tasting pack today. Nice. Yeah, Abigail, if you get measurements, I'll get a tape measure and work out if it can fit into my car. Otherwise, we'll work out a vehicle or whatever. Oh, yeah, Annette, we'll work out the timing of when it's appropriate to bring it to your place. See, I've got that up on the fridge there, a thing I got recently. That thing is a Jack Daniels tasting thing from bog standard Jack Daniels to all their special ones. And this is another one. A while back, I made a video because I thought expensive. Some people say, "Oh, you've got to use high quality ingredients for your cocktails," and I was like, "Bullshit, man! When you mix it all in, you can't tell the high quality from the average quality." And I got a similar thing to this. A tasting pack of some bourbon and there were some really high-end ones. And so this has got standard Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey, Jack Daniels Tennessee Fire, and then two high-end ones, Jack Daniels Single Barrel Select and Gentleman Jack. And I had a similar one. This was a year or so ago, and I did some comparisons. I made just a whiskey sour with a bog standard bourbon, and then I made two with the high-end bourbons from the little tasting pack. And I was firmly of the opinion I wouldn't really taste the difference. And then I made them and tasted them, and I was like, oh no, the ones made with the expensive bourbon are so much better. So now I've got all these sort of top-notch Australian whiskeys to make stuff with. I'm set. But yeah. Ooh, Stella, looking forward to some peaty goodness. Excellent. So nobody with the Gumtree thing going to spam the inbox of trolls who don't follow up. Send a message every hour. Dude, why not? Okay, so I've got my little shot of absinthe. I'm just going to... Licorice. Yeah, man. Ooh. There's a few licorice liqueurs or spirits, like absinthe and the Greek one, ouzo, French one, pastis. There are basically a few anise or licorice spirits. If you like the old black licorice, they're quite the treat. And also, boozy as fuck. Like... my absinthe is 80% alcohol. So, yeah. So I tend to only use very small amounts of it in a drink. Yes, Kirsten, the bourbon comparison one was one of the very first ones I made for the cocktail channel. And because I really thought I'd go, Yeah, there's no difference. Don't spend money on expensive ingredients. There's no difference. And then I tasted them and went, no, it's really, the expensive bourbons are really noticeably better. Yeah, Byron, same thing goes for cooking with spirits or wines. If you wouldn't drink it, why would you cook? Yeah, it's the temptation is to use something really cheap, and then you use something better. And it's like, oh no, I can taste the difference. It's really different. Yeah, Sambuca Raiders. That's another licorice liqueur spirit. Sambuca usually fucking kicks you in the head if you have it. Yum. I swear to God, it's like, I think it's probably the cognac that is making this sort of really sweet and fruity. And I did put a little bit of the honey syrup in as well. But I mean, the Archie Rose single malt has some sweet, desserty notes. The rye has some sweet notes, but it's a bit spicier. The cognac is a wine-based spirit, so it brings those really fruity notes in it. But these boozy cocktails are not for everyone, but they are for me. Choking on Ashley, which is too sweet, Sambuca? Is that what we're saying? Oh yeah, no, you're saying Sambuca is a bit too sweet. I've not had Sambuca in a long time. Earthcrow, how you doing, bro? How you doing? How you doing? I've been doing whiskey tastings tonight, so I'm a little bit drunk, and because I didn't get much sleep tonight, and the stupid fucking sleep test in the hospital, everything was shit, and I didn't sleep. So I think I'm going to sleep like a fucking rock tonight. I'm just going to be in my nice comfy bed with my nice comfy pillow, because last night I was not in a comfy bed. I did not have comfy pillows. I also had not been drinking a lot of whiskey. So I may sleep a little bit more solidly tonight. It's what I love about fucking boozy cocktails are greater than the sum of their parts. Like if you just drank some cognac or drank some whiskey, which is a fine experience, but when you combine whiskeys and cognac, it's a whole different thing. That's why I love cocktails. You put these things, like most of the stuff I put in cocktails, I would never drink on their own, or I rarely drink on their own. I'm not the type who spends. Sometimes I will drink a whiskey, just a win. Sometimes I will drink a brandy or a cognac or whatever. Not often, though. I'm not the type who sits there with the stiff dick going, yes. But you put the right stuff together in the right balance, and the sum of the parts, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. It's just, it's alchemy. It's fucking magic. I love it. So your day's been good, Earthcrow? Choose to take a break from cooking spicy chili? Only to add chili to the meal? You're a chili fiend. See, I'm not. I am such a fucking white person with regards to chili. So like if I'm at an Indian restaurant or a Mexican restaurant or an Asian place that does spicy food, when they're saying like, how strong you want? I want that mild, and I possibly need to specify to you, I mean white person mild, okay? So it's kind of like a Japanese curry, katsu curry is just the right level of spice for me, because it's a bit spicy, you feel it, but it's not too much. And so Japanese curry tends to be milder than Indian curry, for instance, and certainly milder than, say, Thai chili or something like that, or Mexican chili. If I'm at a new place, I usually need to explain to them, like when I say mild, I mean white person mild. Okay, so I mean if you make it too spicy, I'm going to be all Karen wanting to talk to the manager. Or not. I actually do not like to harass people who make food or drink for me. One is just on principle. I don't like to harass people who are making something for me. But second, I don't want them to spit in my food or drink, so I don't harass them. Byron, good call. That spicy Korean, very spicy. Earthquake, you ask for non-white person spice, always gets a laugh. Excellent. One of my favorite experiences, and this was years ago, I was working with this woman. She was from Malaysia, and she was so into spice. And there was this place near where we worked. This was when I was living in Sydney. As an Indian place that did really nice food. And being a typical white person, I would get like butter chicken or something and say, mild fellas, mild. And my friend, she goes and gets the vindaloo, which is like the spiciest fucking dish they have. And she goes, yeah, I want the extra spicy vindaloo. And the Indian goes, okay, I hope you're ready for this. And they had these condiments on the table, including chili paste, right? And so she gets this little takeaway thing of vindaloo, which is their spiciest curry. And then she gets a spoon and she just starts putting chili paste into it. And the Indian guys are like, what? What are you, that stuff? Whoa, no, that's already our spiciest curry. What the fuck are you doing? And I'm just like, fellas, she looks really benign. Don't fuck with her. Do not fuck with her. Don't get on her wrong side. When it comes to the spice in her food, she knows what the fuck she is about. You do not want to cross her, okay? She's got your vindaloo, which is your spiciest curry. She is just putting spoonful after spoonful of your chili paste in. She fucking knows what she's doing, okay? And the guys are like, okay, fucking whatever. And she was not mucking about, man. She seemed like the most sort of demure, retiring sort of, Southeast Asian woman. But fuck me, she loved the spice. Yeah, Abigail, why would you insult or harass food handlers? Poke the bear. They're just going to spit in your fucking food. So Megaleech likes Vindaloo. Earthcrow loves Vindaloo. Byron, Vindaloo's your limit. Oh, no. See, I am such a fucking stereotypical white person. I can't deal Vindaloo. No. There is, where I live, I didn't know before I moved here. I thought this whole sort of chain of suburbs was extremely Jewish, which it is. Like from East St Kilda to Caulfield and Brighton, very Jewish. The bagel belt of Melbourne. All the electorates here vote for the Liberal Party. So I thought this was just a very Jewish area. And when I moved from East St Kilda to this area, I was really surprised at the number of Indian people. And apparently there's a very big Indian community here. And there's also a particular group of people, they're like from particular provinces of India where they're vegetarian. So if you're a vegetarian who likes spice, fucking South Caulfield is where you want to go, because there's a really significant community of Indian people who are vegetarian. So you can get shit heaps of vegetarian food here, very high quality. Not my thing personally, but if it's your thing, South Caulfield might be for you. I had no idea before I moved here there were so many Indian people here, but there's a really quite sizable Indian community here. Just the shops, there's like 6. They're either Indian restaurants or Indian sort of grocers. So it's like, okay, cool, excellent. There's one, and they do this chicken dish. Doesn't even have a sauce. It's like some deep fried chicken, and it's fucking glorious. And I go to them like, mild, okay, white person mild, and give me lots of rice to go with it, and it's fucking glorious. It's fucking glorious. And it's really like, I usually need to have it with yogurt or something, because Even when I say, please, 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 white person mild, okay? And they go, okay, it's pretty wussy. And I'm like, oh man, this is so spicy. So the way the Indian people like it must be fucking deadly, which is awesome. So we need, there's an Indian restaurant below you. Nice. Choking on ashes. We are kin, not eating vindaloo. I'm making Stella hungry, which is nice. Earthcrow likes mango curry chicken. White person mild. Nice. And Earthcrow, you've done an Indian vegetable curry. Only your son and you could eat it. Too hot for everyone else. God damn. Kosher donuts in December. There are a bunch like Glick's, a famous chain in these suburbs. Glick's bakeries. I kind of feel like because they do all the various Jewish baked goods and pizzas. I feel like doing a shit store. Can I have a ham and pineapple pizza? And they'll just beat me up. But that's okay. Ooh, Byron, yeah, paneer curries. Yes. That cottage cheese type stuff the Indians do. Fuck yes. Oh yeah, Abigail. See again, compañero, white person, not spicy. I'm not, and I always love that it gets a laugh from people in Indian restaurants when they say, "And would you like that mild, medium, or hot?" And I went mild. And I stress I am talking white person mild. It always gets a laugh from them. And I love giving them a laugh. And I was like, not fucking joking, dude. White person mild, okay? Oh, John, what a fun question out of the blue. Totally off topic for spicy food, but I fucking love it. I fucking love how we go in the chat. Is the Little River Band still together? I know some trivia on this. What happened is the surviving members of the Little River Band, because Glenn Shorrock died a while ago, the surviving members of the Little River Band actually licensed the name Little River Band to a completely different bunch of people who I think continue to perform in the US under the name Little River Band. But it's none of the original members, and they don't write new material. They just play old Little River Band songs. And that resulted in this funny thing a couple of years ago when someone decided the Little River Band should be nominated into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or some other sort of award. And the people who were currently licensed to perform as the Little River Band wanted to accept the award, but the original members said, fuck you, you're just a cover band, it's actually for us. And there was actually a fight between the original members of the Little River Band and the people they licensed the name Little River Band to as to who should accept this award, which I think is fucking hilarious. Or Abigail, you don't even say mild, fraught with danger, you just say no spice whatsoever. And you had lunch with the Little River Band when you were young. Okay. You also have a set of their drumsticks that they use in a concert. Nice. Earthcrow, you got a funny look when you walked into the halal butcher in Blacktown. Someone pointed out your shaved head probably had them looking uncomfortable. Oh, dear. Goodness me. Oh, shit. Stella, you're growing Carolina Reapers. Fuck. No, they're hardcore. They are fucking hardcore. God damn. Nobody, you're going to have to go. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. It's always good to see you. So it's 9:35. A little bit of this. I get to sober up a bit before bedtime in half an hour. Oh my God. I'm just gonna keep making drinks with this and find the perfect drink for this. Got to make probably an old-fashioned, probably in a Manhattan, maybe even a whiskey sour. Oh, my God, I am so fucking spoiled. See, this is the only reason I have a job. The only reason I have a job and don't live on the streets is so I can buy stuff like that. That's what keeps me going back to work. Don't know why I said something as strange as that, but I think you're all probably used to me saying silly things. I tend to say silly things. So we're also, I didn't tell you. Okay, so on Friday, I'm going to make the cocktail videos for, actually, you know what I might do? I might split the cocktail making videos between Thursday and Friday night, because for the Cosmo, I want to make 3 different cocktails. John, you reckon I'm not drunk? I am actually pretty fucking drunk, man. But I am still very verbal and whatnot. And you see, Safa can tell. Safa has been on the streams long enough to know the difference between sober angry and silly angry. Oh, yeah, Kirsten, absolutely. The only reason to have a job is to buy nice booze. Seriously, that's the only reason to have a job, to buy nice things. For Friday next week is Cosmopolitan Day. So I'm going to do a video on a Cosmopolitan, but it's going to be my vodka is bullshit video. Because a standard Cosmo has vodka. So I'm going to say, okay, we're going full Sex in the City for this video. You have to nominate who you are. I reckon, God, I've forgotten her name for a second. Who's the central character? Carrie. Carrie is your standard Cosmo. Carrie is a vodka Cosmo, overrated. Everyone thinks it's what you do, and it's disappointing at the end of the day. I think Samantha is a tequila Cosmo, because she's feisty. Samantha's going to be a tequila Cosmo. A gin Cosmo, I think, will be. I'm trying to remember their names. I never actually fucking watched Sex in the City. Sex and the City characters. So Samantha is a vodka. Carrie is a standard vodka Cosmo. What everyone expects, bland and overrated. Samantha is going to be a tequila Cosmo, dangerous and feisty. Charlotte is going to be a gin Cosmo, sophisticated but a little bit bitter. And Miranda is going to be a white rum Cosmo, seemingly innocuous, but probably quite dangerous. So I've got this whole vibe for the Sex and the City Cosmo video. So Abigail, Saturday you are doing a live stream where you watch a movie you've never seen, Thinking Twilight. That actually sounds excellent. I will not be doing a live stream on Saturday night, so everyone should watch Abigail's live stream. I'll actually be on a date night, so I don't think I'll get to watch Abigail's live stream, which is slightly sad, but I won't be on. So everyone on Saturday night should watch Abigail doing a live stream watching a movie she's never watched before. Safa, sex toys attacks from overseas imports. God. Oh, shit, Kirsten, well, who do you get free booze from work, I suppose? Oh, nice, Abigail. That's why you chose this Saturday, to not conflict with me. So everyone should spend, if you're not going out anywhere, hang out with Abigail watching a movie on Saturday night. That actually sounds like heaps fun. On Twitch. Nice. Okay, Jesus. That fucking Sazerac with Archie Rose Malt, Archie Rose Rye, Archie Rose Single Malt, and cognac. Oh my God, that was so fucking good. I'm not quite under the table yet, but I shouldn't be allowed out in public at the moment, quite honestly. Oh my God. I am fucking making a Vieux Carré with that Archie Rose Single Malt, because when I made the Vieux Carré on the live stream last Friday night, I fucking loved it. God damn, motherfucker. No, I'm not sleepy yet. I'm fucking hyper drunk at the moment, Safa. But I've got 20 minutes till bedtime. That's plenty of time to get fucking sleepy. I should have some fucking water right now. Do I need to describe everything as fucking? Yes, I do. All right, I need a little bit of water, which is just going to make me... Oh. Drinking this close to bedtime, it's going to make me have to get up in the middle of the night and pee. But that's okay. Oh, a net mixed with Brookie's Slow Gin. Okay, Brookie's Slow Gin is fucking nice. Do you have any whiskey? Because, again, the stream's signature drink is the fucking Snozzberry Fizz, which is 50% slow gin, 50% whiskey, topped with soda or lemonade or whatever. John Smith, do Ever Blast took the words right out of my mouth from Meatloaf on stereo? No, but I'm fucking on board with that, man. I am fucking on board with that. You know what gets me? I sometimes, if I'm listening to music while I work on the old phone, I use YouTube Music as a thing, and it does an auto pick list. If the one that makes me get up and dance is The Impression I Get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. That just makes me get up and fucking dance. If I'm working, I've got my little earbuds in and I'm just listening to music, and then the impression that I get from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones comes on, and I just have to get up. I dance around the kitchen because my workstation is just there. So it's like, you know, kitchen, dining. This is not really, this is dining room there, but it's like there's a kitchen and area. This, I just dance. Fucking yes. Oh my God. See, Earthcrow, you're saying combining chili with sex toys is beyond your scope. There are people who are mad fucking into that, man. The skin stimulation of chilies. There are people who do that shit. Safa, next appliance you're upgrading is a fridge. Yeah, fucking I recommend upgraded fridges, man. This one's great, and also is so much more energy efficient than the fridge and freezer it replaced. So it'll probably pay for itself in a year or two. Literally, just in the savings on the electricity bill, this will probably pay for itself in 2 years. Annette, it's astonishing. The mixture of slow gin and whiskey, 50-50, is absolutely astonishing. Because honestly, that sounds dumb as hell to me. It was the guy at Patient Wolf who recommended that to us. 50% slow gin, 50% whiskey is fucking astonishing. And you can lighten it by topping it with soda or lemonade. And then it's a Snozzberry Fizz, which is the Angry Stream signature drink. I haven't had it for a few streams, but I might have one later, Thursday or Friday. So because for Cosmo Day, I'm going to make 3 Cosmos. Rather than making it with vodka, I'm going to make one with tequila, one with gin, and one with white rum. And see which one is best. And then the other ones I'm going to make is for Star Wars Day, May the 4th, I'm going to make a Mai Tai Fighter. I have to decide exactly what's going to be in that. Make probably a slight variation on a standard Mai Tai. I have to decide exactly what's going to be in that. And then for Cinco de Mayo, a tequila cocktail. I haven't decided exactly what tequila cocktail. Safa, what did I do with the freezer? The freezer is actually in the shed in case I need it. I got the dudes who delivered this fridge to take the other fridge away because it was pretty dodgy, quite honestly. But the freezer I thought I might have a use for, and it's actually in the shed. Abigail, what's the best in life? That's the Conan line, isn't it? About the wailing of your enemies or something. I don't remember the exact quote. Tequila. Where is tequila in here? Sure, there's a tequila and mezcal, a Jaguar. Okay, I've got it for Cinco de Mayo. I've got to decide which of these. A Jaguar is tequila, chartreuse, and I don't have a Mexicon, but I could substitute another bitter. So tequila, chartreuse, a bitter aperitivo, and orange bitters. A Maximilian Affair, mezcal, elderflower, punta mez, and lemon juice. Fuck, that sounds pretty good, honestly. Mezcal, elderflower, punta mez, which is a vermouth, and lemon juice. Fuck, that sounds pretty good. That's it. Thank you, Abigail, for the full quote. To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of your women. Yes. Safa, do these guys resell? I think they might. I think there's a good chance they refurbish the old fridge they take away and maybe resell it. Other tequila, a Nouveau Carré. Tequila, Lillet Blanc, Benedictine brand. That's like a tequila Vieux Carré. I am fucking tempted. I don't have Lillet Blanc, but I could use a Kina. What's it called? What's it called? Come on. That's it. Coqui Americano. I could do tequila, Coqui Americano, Benedictine brandy, and bitters. Fuck yeah, Nouveau Carré. A cross between a Mexican drink and a New Orleans drink. God damn. Aguamiel is tequila, China, pineapple syrup, bitters, and sea salt. I'm going to do that. A Paloma, that's a classic. Tequila, lime, and grapefruit soda. Fuck, a Nouveau Carré. I think I'm going to make that. For Cinco de Mayo, tequila, Coqui Americano, Benedictine brandy, Peychaud's bitters. A crossover between Mexico and New Orleans. Fuck yeah. Safa, how often do I go to the local tip? Never. I never do that. That's an interesting sentence, Annette, that I don't really understand. The Snozzberry Fizz is better with the Brookies Gen. I don't know what you're trying to... The Snozzberry Fizz is better with the Brookies Snow Gin. There you go. I made a Snozzberry Fizz with the Brookies Slow. Yeah. But yes, the thing the guy from the Patient Wolf Distillery recommended to us was a slow gin, 50%, he just in a glass, 50% slow gin, 50% whiskey. And how we adapted that, which became the signature stream drink, the Snozzberry Fizz is like 1.5 ounces slow gin or equivalent, 1.5 ounces whiskey, and fuck ton of ice, and top it with soda or lemonade. I need some more fucking Cappy sodas. Cappy makes such good sodas. Blake, yes, Kirsten. Blake is a fucking legend. I need to go back there. When I finish my Anther Cherry, I'm going to Patient Wolf to get their Blackthorn as the replacement. Because we did have a taste test and it was nice. But I had the Anther Cherry and the Brookies Slow, so I thought I don't need another similar thing. But when I run out of, because Anther Cherry is going to run out before the Brookies Slow does, then I'm going to go back and get the Patient Wolf Blackthorn. So Earth Crayon's got a BMX from a tip. Nice. Yeah, tip diving, finding useful stuff at tips is a fun thing to do, but I haven't done it for a very long time. It's like when people put stuff out on the nature strip in the suburbs and you go through it like, what's good here? An actual shop put out a bunch of glassware near me, and they put out this thing. It was a set of, was it 4? I think it was 4 of these glasses. They were beer glasses that kind of looked like oversized cocktail glasses. So it was very much the style of a cocktail glass, but it was big. It was a really long stem, a big base, and a really big bowl. So you could probably hold a can of beer. Abigail, isn't it illegal to salvage stuff from tips? Unless it's legal. Some of them they're like recycling centers. You can go around, and if you find stuff you want, you get it, and they normally charge you something for it. And if no one takes it, it gets sort of put into landfill. And Earthcrow, you may be right. Privately owned tips probably don't let you do it, but they'll probably charge you for it. It's various things. I love when people put stuff out on the nature strip in the suburbs, and you just go through it and go, is there anything cool in here? Is there anything I want? And you never know what you're going to find on the nature strip in the suburbs. Because something that someone has no further use for doesn't mean you don't have any use for it. So sorry, I'm just doing a skin treatment on my lemon again. It's got clogged pores. I'm very delicate, even though I'm using a knife. I'm very gentle. If anyone wants a facial at my place, done with a knife, just let me know. We make an appointment, and I'll come and clean all your pores with a knife. That's what we call the metal skin treatment, in more ways than one. Very heavy metal. Very weird. Lemons get this skin problem. Mrs. Angry says it's called scale. But a whole bunch of people in my neighborhood have fruit trees that grow an enormous amount of fruit. And I don't, and I'm jealous. I love having citrus trees. My old house had a citrus tree, a lemon tree, grew a lot of fruit, and I loved it. We don't at this house, but a whole bunch of my neighbors do. So I want to Abigail, you'll get a skin treatment from me with a knife if I have a bunch of cocktails first. That sounds fair. Safa, how big is my TV? I don't know, that big. I never remember technical details. I'm terrible. It's a decent size. I don't think our lounge room doesn't want a bigger TV. It's just Sony. It's like this big. I don't know. We don't want a bigger one. I never remember. Like Abigail built my PC. I don't remember any of the specs for it. Abigail just told me all the stuff to order, and I got it. And Abigail put it together for me. And I used to be mad into technology, and I'd remember all this technical stuff. But I don't know. I got old, and it's like I don't fucking care anymore. So, yes, exactly, Abigail. It's a decent size. Mrs. Angry never complained. She says, I don't think I could deal with anything bigger. I'm talking about my penis at the moment, all right? We were talking about TV, and now I've decided to talk about my penis. Single entendre. So just thought in case anyone was confused and you thought I was still talking about my TV, I'm not. I was talking about my penis. So just so long as we've got that clear. All right. Drunk a lot of ice, which I think is good for my head. But I'm probably going to have to get up and piss in the middle of the night. Earthgrey, a gay fella had a large TV. He said he liked to watch porn, not knowing until he's ventured outside one night, everyone can see his TV outside. That is just fucking gold. That you've got a window and your big screen TV that you're playing porn on is just broadcasting to the neighborhood. That is brilliant. I love that. That is excellent. So far, I'm a little bit drunk. I am a little bit drunk. But I'm going to bed, so that's okay. It doesn't matter if I'm a little bit drunk if I'm going to bed. I just need to put some stuff away so I don't break anything. Annette, yes. Fuck. Oh, look, Annette, when we go to pick up the bed from Abigail's, because it's just next to the Bitters Lab, I'm just looking for an excuse to spend more money at the Bitters Lab, quite honestly. Although I've got kind of everything I need from there, but I'd probably still spend some money there. We should absolutely do a Bitters Lab trip. Right. I should put this stuff away so I don't knock anything over and break anything when I put my laptop away. Okay, cognac goes here. Everything has its place on the booze thing. So booze goes over here. Whiskies. The whiskies all live over here. We do a whiskey drink. We do a lager drink. We do an Archie Rose next to each other. Oh, yeah, okay. Thought there was too much space there. I forgot about the Knob Creek. I love that knob is just written in such large letters. It's like you should shout knob. Like when you say, what's that bourbon called? You should scream, Knob Creek. You say creek quietly, but you shout knob because it's in all caps. Right, put the bitters back. That's all good. Put the fruit drink back in the fridge. Put that there. Glassware we'll just put over here so I don't break anything. Yeah, little shot glasses can go over here too. You'll go in the dishwasher tomorrow, and my jigger goes over there. Knife and mixing finger can also go over here. And there you go. Now I won't break anything when I put my laptop away. Yay! It's all coming together. Stella, does the collection have a name? Yeah, it's just Angry's Bar. I can't think of anything more complex than that. It's two bar carts full of shit just there. Oof. Yeah, choking on ashes. We'll definitely line up a cocktail tasting with Annette at some point. Earthcrow, you like bitters? I've got like 10 types of bitters there. One of the funnier things that ever happened to me, I was out with some friends and we were at a bar and getting drink, and they said, oh God, this place is a bit try hard. Look, they've got 6 different sorts of bitters. And I went, I have more sorts of bitters than that at home. And then they just looked at me. I go, no, I've got at least 10 different sorts of bitters over there. Because not just in cocktails, I like putting bitters in like cola. I put citrus in cola. Like I'll do like a Pepsi Max, and I'll do a squirt of lime juice or lemon juice. I'll do a dash or two of bitters in Pepsi because it just tastes nice, basically. Nice, Kirsten. Your collection is the most exclusive bar in town. That is excellent. But that has actually brought us to 10, my fine people. So I'm going to go to bed now. And the combination of being sleep deprived from last night and just being a little tipsy from tonight's whiskey tasting, I feel like I'm going to sleep like a fucking log. I'll be taking tomorrow night off. I won't be streaming tomorrow night. But on both Thursday, I think I have to spread my cocktail making over Thursday and Friday night. Because I'm going to make 5 cocktails for next week. Going to make the Mai Tai Fighter, the Nouvelle Carré for... The Mai Tai Fighter is for Star Wars Day. The Nouvelle Carré is for Cinco de Mayo. And then 3 different Cosmos for Cosmo Day. So rocking and a rolling. So good night. John, thank you for joining us from the US of A. Choking on Ashes, thanks for joining us from England. A global stream. We like that. And Chris, if you're still there, is also in the USA. And everyone else, I think, is in Australia. But thank you one and all for joining. I am going to go to bed now, and I'll be back on Thursday night dressed up to make cocktails. So I hope to see you again soon. But look after yourself. You're all fabulous. I'd love to see you again